Hey everyone, Justine with Blue Jay Orchids. Well, I had a fun 2 days. I went to Palmer's tent sale Friday and Saturday for a little bit, and then also went to a local nursery because we moved some plants around and one of the plants we transplanted didn't take. So we were looking for a replacement for that. But mostly going to focus on what we what I did at Palmer's and jump into the next video. This is I got there right at 9ish the first day. This is everyone waiting to get in. This is the Vanda greenhouse day one. So day one was a lot of fun. It was my main shopping day. My mom watched the boys, and I got about an hour and a half to myself to go and try to film a little bit, but mostly shop. I ended up running into a bunch of people, which was a lot of fun. Here's a little sneak peek. That was my cart or stroller, day one, because I didn't have kids, so I could just bring the stroller and I used it as an orchid. I put a little box so that like orchid stuff wouldn't get where they sit. But yeah, I've noticed some things that I wanted to share that were a little funny. I have strong, what's the word? Strong inkling that I have ADHD. And I kind of always thought so, but recently some of my friends who either have spouses that have ADHD or have ADHD themselves, they're like, yeah, you have ADHD. And I'm like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Because I was looking through some of my video and I'm like, it kind of looks like a bee buzzing from flower to flower. In my mind, it's going so slow. And then I look at the film and it's like, oh, is that really how fast my mind goes? And I mean, sometimes I talk really fast too, but it's just literally like some of the film is like bee, flower. Oh, bee, flower. It looks like I'm a bee sometimes. So yeah, need to work on that. Uh, yeah, always trying to improve. Just kind of thought I'd share that kind of funny insight. And yeah, had a lot of fun this. I keep saying this weekend, but I still have Sunday, which is tomorrow, depending on when I get done editing. I want to try to get this video done tonight, so we'll see. It's already getting kind of late. I'm looking at my phone now, but rambling a little. But yeah, so day one, speaking to all you mothers out there, I know that when you have someone watch your kid, you still have like a clock ticking in your head where it's like, okay, you have someone watching your kid till this time and you have to be back. So it's like, even though you don't have the kids with you, they're still taking up headspace. Or is that just me? Anyway, feel free to comment. Let me know your personal experiences. Um, yeah. And so I met a lot of people, which was a lot of fun. And I met a bunch of people that I know, like friends and other Sarasota Society members, also a lot of fun. But it's like every person I meet and I talk to, I get completely distracted. And my brain is already so distracted. So I'm like, oh, I shopped. And it's like, oh, I was going to film. So then it's like trying to film, trying to figure out where to put all the orchids I'm picking up. Just feel like my mind's all like, wee, wee, wee. So then I went back day two. So the next frame after this is some quick, or I'll just narrate it. So I'm going to stop blabbing. We're going to go back to the video. Just felt like being real because my channel's all about being real. I have way too much ADHD and I don't know, probably some other stuff wrong with me where I just don't have energy or the desire to be fake. So I'm real. This is me. So this is one of the sales area. This is where they had the vandas, the hanging plants, staghorns, This is probably where I got in some of the most trouble, I would say. So it's during some of their other sales, they'll have like vendors set up here. So this is a good little overview of what to expect and where stuff is as far as the Palmer Orchid sales. This area is a newer area. They added shade cloths to keep the plants a little protected from the sun. But they have a lot of Paul Storms growing here and mostly some more Den Nobly space. So there was a lot of sale plants in this area, and typically with open houses, they'll put specials here too. And just doing a quick little overview, I'm pretty sure this is day 2, I want to say. So this would have been today, which is Saturday. So just a quick kind of run through of the setup. So we have sale scents there, and then some of their normal stuff, but still some good deals. That's cool. Bunch of Den Noblies. Sweet orange is a good one. I don't know if you can see, but in there, look at some of their blooming vandas. It's pretty. So at the very beginning, this is their sales pricing for this summer tent sales. And I keep showing it because I kept forgetting the stickers. I mean, I could always check, but my mind's just like, look at it. And it's like, oh, gone. This is the inside of what the hanging Vanda area looked like. Day 1, there was a lot more stuff. So if you are able to get there day 1, you definitely want to come day 1, but then sometimes they still have stuff on day 2. So just a little bit of little insider tip for someone that's been, it's not tons, but enough to kind of see some patterns. But I don't think I've ever gone to a Palmer like open house type sale. and ever. My wallet is disappointed, but I'm not disappointed with the plants I find. I always find some great gems that are in their greenhouse a fair bit of the time. You could either buy them blooming, you're going to pay more, or you can buy them this way, where they might have like a little imperfection or it's smaller and they need bench space. That's the whole point of the sale. I don't like how I say sale, but I'm I'm from Pennsylvania, so every now and then I just have a few words that just sound weird. Water, for instance. I don't know. It's just blame my parents. Back to orchids again. ADHD probably. Um, yeah, trying to think what else is important because the staghorn was huge, really cool, and some of the prices seem really expensive, but I'm kind of sad they had this massive blue Vanda, which was like 150, which was a really good deal, but I didn't film it. Really should have filmed it. It was so pretty. That was day one. This is day two, and the rest of the footage, I'm pretty sure it's day two. These Epidendrum radicans are a really good deal. I have two. I have an orange one, which is your typical one, and then I have a red one. And my orange one survived a frost in Florida. It was not happy about it. It was very annoyed with me for about a year, but it's doing really well. I actually just transplanted it because it was getting a little too much shade, and I have another plant that was kind of competing with it. But it's very happy where it is now. And then this is another sales tent area. Normally, I'd say this is kind of either a vendor tent or one of the $10 tents or like one of the deal tents. Sorry for the bumpiness here. When I film, I really try not to get people I don't know in the video because personally, I know if someone else was filming me, I wouldn't really want to be in it. So I'm trying to like avoid people. That's kind of why it goes all over the place. So sorry for making me busy. All right, here's a little sneak peek of some of the orchids I got on the that way over there. It's a green dragon. I already potted it up in a tree fern basket with lava rock, and then a couple other stuff I have to find what to do with. I'm gonna do a proper haul video as well as kind of like what's blooming around my backyard. I have a bunch of stuff in spike that I'm just kind of waiting to bloom. It's kind of hard to time it correctly. So, next few days, hopefully. I'm just going to give you guys a little rundown of how our Saturday went, which is today. So, starting out with breakfast with both kids, husband and I. Always a fun experience being a parent of young kids. They were amazing, though. We actually had an enjoyable breakfast. Then went and got coffee to take to my friend that was working at Palmer's. And looked around, filmed some. The boys did very well. They're very much used to going to Palmer's with me. So we took the stroller. They were in and out of the stroller. Got to walk around some. Didn't stay too long. And then went to a local Florida native nursery called, I think it's Sweet Bay Nursery. I'll put the name like down here. Um, but yeah, so they got to walk around. This is my youngest, and then my oldest in the background. They just love pulling these carts. And the youngest kind of can pull the cart, kind of makes things interesting. We wanted to get a few other plants, but they had just had it, so we just got the one tree, which is a smooth um, buttonwood tree, I believe, and ended up not having a lot of room in the car. No one was hurt. No one. We did lose a branch or two, so the tree was hurt, but no person was hurt. It looks a little sketchy, I know, but we were very cautious, and we didn't have far to drive. So we planted it. Little one went down for a nap, and older one and I just kind of got to help watch Daddy plant the tree, which was kind of fun. And then there's a few pictures of that, but overall the video portion of this video is done. I'll do a little, I'll do like one more little sign off at the very end, but overall, um, the majority of the orchid stuff's done. I took some night pictures tonight, just experimenting. I think they turned out pretty cool, but they're going to be at the end. All right, before, after. So we had a hibiscus that we moved, and it was not happy. It might come back, but we've had it for a while, and it just doesn't like that area. So we went with a Florida native silver buttonwood over here. We're pretty sure it's going to be happier. But I just want to take this time to thank you guys so much. I've been running into some of my viewers, and I really appreciate your comments. It kind of keeps me going. Sometimes doing this when you don't have a bunch of subscribers and you're not getting a lot of views, it's like, why am I doing this? But I've been meeting a fair bit of viewers recently, and they're saying, hey, Blue Jays. And, it makes you feel like people are seeing you and appreciating it. So as long as I'm getting some feedback and people are liking what I'm doing, I'm going to keep doing it. So I'm trying to make my content better. It's a big learning curve, but I feel like, stuff is getting better. I'm not getting worse. We'll put it that way. And I just want you guys to know I really appreciate. Um, sometimes when I talk to you, I'm a little overwhelmed or distracted, but I really do appreciate whenever you give me positive affirmation in public, and just when you see me. And I really would like to talk. Sometimes I have a timeline, or sometimes I'm just too distracted. It's just, I get distracted easy. So, sorry, but also names. I need to start asking names. I'm just so bad at names. But anyone that I have met that, if you want to talk more, feel free to follow me on Instagram or leave comments. I love interacting with the comments. And, it's kind of my whole thing. I want to grow the channel. I want to grow together with other orchid people, plant people. It's kind of my whole thing. It's the keep growing mindset of my channel. So with that, just leave you with keep growing. Bye for now.